Have you ever noticed how crazy things get at Christmas? Like, not just one year or another year, but it feels like all the years around this time of year. Recently I pulled up my calendar and I was looking through my schedule, and besides the regular 3 meals a day, 8 hours of sleep, going to work, connecting with family, I found out that I have a Christmas church service, a Christmas party with my friends, a Christmas party with my small group, a Christmas party with my wife's family, a Christmas party with the staff from our church, a Christmas service for my children, another Christmas service at church, another Christmas service at church, and another Christmas service at church. I prayed when the month of December began, oh God, give me patience for another crazy, crazy Christmas. I have a hunch that your life is a lot like mine. This time of year can be the most wonderful time of the year, but it also can be the craziest time of the year. But that's why this Christmas I want to share with you something that I actually never saw before in the Bible until just this week. I was reading that classic chapter about the birth of Jesus, Luke chapter 2, and what struck me this year was that when Luke recorded the original Christmas, he focused more on the crazy than he did on the baby. Let me say that again. The original Christmas account in the Bible is more about the crazy than about the baby. Let me prove to you what I mean. In Luke chapter 2, we start with these familiar words. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to their own town to register. Familiar with those classic words? So, Luke 2, great Christmas story, but no baby. Just a very powerful man in Rome who decides he wants a census of his entire empire so he can count the people and control the people and tax the people. There are local governors like Quirinius making sure the people have to comply. And here's this little word. Everyone went to their own town to register. Do you know who everyone included? A poor couple you might have heard of named Mary and Joseph. Can you just imagine for a second how crazy the news must have been when Mary and Joseph heard that they were going to have to travel down to Bethlehem? I mean, they were poor fiancés. They were planning for a wedding, saving up every shekel and denarius that they had. They didn't have money for Joseph to leave behind his carpentry shop, travel 3 marathons to the south. Oh, by the way, with a fiancée who was really, really pregnant. 3 marathons on the back of a donkey, a 4,000-foot elevation hike back to Bethlehem, 2 weeks minimum off of work. And why? So some guy way, way on the other side of the empire could count you, tax you, and make you poorer than you were before. That original Christmas was so crazy. And then Mary and Joseph get there, and things are even crazier. There's no room for them in the inn. And you moms out there, can you imagine that? Like, contractions coming, Mary's panicking, the pain is overwhelming, poor Joseph. I just wish I could see the look on his face. And there's nowhere to go, so they find this place where the animals are. And in the midst of all that crazy, here comes the baby. Beautiful verse in Luke chapter 2. It says, while they were there, the time came for the baby to be born. And Mary gave birth to her firstborn, a son. You know, I love the Christmas story. Here's Jesus, God with us, Emmanuel. But this year, what I'm appreciating more than ever is that that holy baby came in the middle of all of that crazy. Like, Jesus didn't appear on this silent, peaceful, perfect night where everything was calm and everything was bright. Actually, he came in the middle of a census, a decree, a mandate from some ruler on the other side of the empire, a couple who did not have time or money to spare. In the midst of all that, God was with us. And so when I pick up my calendar, I love the thought that in the midst of all the crazy, the running, the shopping, the planning, the cooking, the Christmas sweaters, the Secret Santa gifts, in the middle of all the madness that you and I can't keep up with, there's Jesus. A baby who came into the midst of the crazy long ago, and a baby who grew up to be our God, who would be with us in the midst of our crazy, even today. Here at Time of Grace, we're so grateful that God doesn't stay away from messy situations and crazy lives. He is God right here with us. And whether this Christmas is the craziest you've ever had or the crazy hardest that you've ever had, I want you to know this. His name is Jesus, and they called him Emmanuel, which means God with us. So from everyone here at Time of Grace, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.